Now, I don't think Tim Burton was ever much of a gamer, at least not that I'm aware of, but if he did create a game, I imagine it would be something like Gloomy Eyes, or maybe that Nightmare Before Christmas game that came out on PS2, but let's be honest, outside of his name being attached to that film, Burton didn't have very much to do with it at all. Greetings, Indie Warriors, and welcome to I Dream of Indie Games. My name is Old Gamer Joe, and today we are taking a very special look at Gloomy Eyes, courtesy of, well, a lot of different hands are involved in this project. On the development side, we have Fishing Cactus, Atlas 5, B Revolution Gaming, 3DAR, and Art France. Art France is also on the publishing side of things alongside Untold Tales. A big thank you to everyone involved for sponsoring this video and supporting independent content here at I Dream of Indie Games. As you know, this sponsorship will have no impact on my early impressions of the game, but it's here for full transparency. Alright, Gloomy Eyes is at its core a gothic puzzle game, but not exactly a traditional puzzling experience, as players are able to swap between two different characters who work in tandem to tackle tricky brain ticklers. In fact, in marketing the game, it's been referred to as a self-co-op adventure. Our two lead characters are a zombie child named Gloomy, fittingly enough, and Nina, a human girl. Somehow, these two are connected to one another and join forces to restore light to a dark world. Now you might be saying, two characters, surely I can play with a friend, but that's not the case, though both Gloomy and Nina do have unique talents. Most of the puzzles through the 7 chapters that I've played thus far are really quite simple, involving pushing blocks to correct locations, throwing switches, traversing mazes, and manipulating light. You see, if Gloomy touches the light, he's dead. Well, dead again. Nina, however, has no issues with light, being a human, meaning she'll be able to go right through it. Sadly though, she doesn't fare so well against the undead zombies that lurk. As you work your way through dark woods, haunted schools, and whatever other spooky locations the game throws your way, you'll discover keys to unlock paths forward, hurl bricks at lights, and experience the game's grim story through well-delivered narration during certain moments of your gameplay. The writing here is pretty serviceable, though not the central focus of the experience thus far. Instead, Gloomy Eyes mostly seems focused on its puzzle design, which hits a nice balance of being not too taxing and not entirely brain-dead. The visual style of Gloomy Eyes really steals the show, however. You're even able to pan the camera all the way around your location and spot little intricacies that will help you to solve the puzzles, a really neat effect, both visually and gameplay-wise. As I mentioned, this game has all of the Tim Burton vibes, from the lighting to the spooky character designs. The game just looks incredible in motion, even recalling memories of the Little Nightmares games. It would appear a few years back there was also a VR version of Gloomy Eyes, which is still available to purchase, that featured voice work from Colin Farrell. I'd be curious to check that out, as I was definitely drawn into the artistic style of this game. It looks amazing and ran really well too on my PC, which is rocking a 4070. Toss in an atmospheric orchestral soundtrack and you've got yourself a very pretty package.
She was so excited.
Well, darkly beautiful, I should say. So yes, all told, I have very much been enjoying my time with Gloomy Eyes up to this point. About 2.5 hours in, I'd say. It's very easy to pick this game up and start playing. It has just a handful of buttons to worry about and even highlights some of the key items that you can interact with. You can also switch between characters on the fly during certain moments of gameplay, which adds a unique element of strategy that almost reminded me a bit of solving puzzles as a team in the Lost Vikings back in the day. Now, I did hit a few minor bugs here or there, like my character getting caught up on an angle and not being able to move anymore, but there's nothing really game-breaking that I've come across so far. It's also easy to reload your last checkpoint, so don't quote me on this, but I didn't actually experience anything where I was unable to proceed. As it stands, if you're looking for a single-player puzzle game with great atmosphere and love yourself The Nightmare Before Christmas, or really any kind of dark fairy tale, which I'm a complete sucker for, well then consider tossing Gloomy Eyes on your wish list. Really fun so far, I'm enjoying this one. Very cool experience. We do have a link down in the description box below. Voice to the voiceless, everyone. Thank you for supporting independent content. Let us know down below, too, if you want to see more obscure indies be spotlighted on our channel, just like this one. Voice to the voiceless. Use those links below and grab yourself a copy of Gloomy Eyes if it speaks to you.